Imagine this. You're standing on the edge of something sacred, your honeymoon. A quiet trip planned between you and the man you love, the person you chose to spend your life with. There's a calm in the air, the kind that comes after years of surviving storms. And then, the past knocks at the door, not with resentment, not with judgment, but with love, with memory, with a bond that once saved your life. And it asks, can we come too? My name is Jason. I'm 33. I just married the love of my life, Miguel. We're planning a small, quiet honeymoon, just the two of us. Nothing extravagant, just space, intimacy, time to breathe together. But my story doesn't start with Miguel. It starts back in the Deep South, a small, conservative town, a place where the word different carried weight and fear grew thick in silence. I was bisexual. My best friend, Callie, was a lesbian. And in that town, that truth could have ruined us. So we did something radical. At 20 years old, we got married. Not for love, at least not romantic love, but for safety, for survival. We were each other's shelter. Our marriage was a fortress built from friendship, trust, and necessity. It was a lie that protected a deeper truth. We didn't talk about that much. We just kept each other alive. Eventually, we got out, moved across state lines, found a city that didn't flinch at who we were. And once the need to hide was gone, we quietly divorced. No drama, no heartbreak. Just two people who never should have had to lie in the first place. But we stayed close. The kind of close that doesn't need explaining. We'd been through fire together, and that kind of bond doesn't burn away. Fast forward 13 years. Life moved on. I found Miguel. She found Bree. 2 weddings, 2 fresh starts. My wedding to Miguel was low-key, small, intentional. We didn't need a parade. Just vows, hands held, and a life ahead. Callie married Bree a couple of months later, another small ceremony. Miguel and Bree weren't best friends or anything, but they got along when we were all together. There was peace, balance, maybe even the beginning of something warm. And then Callie had an idea. She called it a double honeymoon. She said it would be meaningful. That after everything we'd been through, the secrets, the escape, the rebuilding, it might be beautiful to celebrate this next chapter together. 2 queer couples, 2 old friends, 4 people who made it through. She even had a couple destinations in mind. It wasn't just an idea. It was something she'd pictured, imagined, held close to her heart. And I hesitated because I knew what she meant, but I also knew what I needed. I thanked her for the thought, told her it was beautiful, honest. But Miguel and I weren't comfortable with that. We'd been dreaming about a private trip, just the 2 of us, a space that belonged only to us, a place to land softly after the leap. I told her gently, at least I thought I did, but she didn't take it well. Callie said it felt like I was pulling away, that after years of leaning on each other, I'd gotten what I wanted and was now walking off into the sunset without her. And I felt that hit, because she wasn't wrong to feel something. We had held each other up. We'd been each other's emergency contact in the emotional sense, the last line of defense against a world that once told us we couldn't exist. But I also knew things were different now. I told her it wasn't personal, that Miguel and I were just carving something for ourselves. And that didn't mean I loved her less. It just meant I love him too. That's when Bree reached out. She said she understood, that Callie was just hurt. She wasn't angry, just emotional. It felt to her like I'd brushed Callie off, like I'd stepped into something new, and left the old behind. I sat with that for a long time, because this wasn't just about a vacation. It was about identity, loyalty, evolution. I thought about how different our marriages were. Callie and I had stood at the altar once, not out of passion, but desperation. And maybe that kind of beginning twists something in you, makes the friendship feel deeper, like it was earned in blood. And maybe now that we were both truly free, she didn't want to let go of that chapter. Not yet. But here's the thing. You don't bring your old survival gear into your new home. You don't wear armor in a garden. My marriage to Miguel is built on truth, desire, joy. I don't want to begin that with divided energy. I don't want my honeymoon to be a compromise between past and future. I want it to be ours. But that doesn't mean I don't love her. I do. I always will. Still, I wonder if I was too blunt, too protective, too fast to close the door. Was I wrong to say no? Was I wrong to choose this boundary? To let my past know that while it shaped me, it doesn't own me? So, am I the asshole? Was I cruel for needing solitude with my husband? Was I cold for not making space on a trip that was never meant to be shared? Or was I simply growing up? This story isn't really about a honeymoon. It's about what happens when life moves on and some pieces of the past try to follow. It's about chosen family and chosen distance, and how both can be acts of love. It's hard, isn't it? When someone who once saved you feels left behind. But love doesn't always mean inclusion. And boundaries aren't rejection. They're recognition of change. Sometimes we have to honor our history and still walk forward into something new. That's not betrayal. That's evolution. So here's the question for you. When does loyalty to the past begin to hurt your future? Have you ever had to draw a line with someone who once meant the world to you, just so you could give your whole heart to the person standing in front of you now? Let us know in the comments. This has been AITA Stories. Until next time, take care of your heart and protect the quiet spaces where new love is trying to bloom.